you show who you really are, instead of trying to be just the same as everyone else, be normal. Actually, I'm gonna make this statement. Normal is not good enough anymore, because in the way the market is right now, you have to stand out. Well, welcome back to the Professional Rule Breaker. I'm your host, Kathy Walterhouse, and I have to say I am super excited that you're here today, because I want to start off and I want to ask you this question. So the question is, are you one of those individuals, or maybe an entrepreneur, that has a business that's going really well, but you feel like you're a caged lion? Maybe you were told what to wear. Maybe you were told what to say by leadership. Or if you're an entrepreneur, what you think you should be doing. Well, I can tell you, I was one of those. And I was such a rebel, but I felt like when I worked for a company, I felt like I was this caged lion, because they wanted everybody to wear a blue suit. They wanted everybody to say the exact same thing, but yet they wanted to blow your numbers out in sales. So I just want to kind of pose that question. Are you one of those individuals? Because if you are, I'm talking directly to you. Because when you show who you really are, instead of trying to be just the same as everyone else, be normal. Actually, I'm gonna make this statement. Normal is not good enough anymore, because in the way the market is right now, you have to stand out. I could just tell you that I think about this company that I worked for. And like I said, they wanted all of us to wear blue suits. So myself and another individuals, we were like the rebels. So when they said wear blue suit or don't wear red, guess what I did? I wore red, I wore plum. I wanted to stand out. I didn't want to be in a sea of blue, basically blue coats, because that's not who I am. And I think it's really important to be authentically you. Well, this other individual too, he was really great as well. He did really well, just like I did. And he looked like he belonged in the band YouTube. He had those glasses that kind of were tinted. His hair was all spiked out. Well, guess what? The customer that we were always selling to, all of our customers, they always remembered us. They didn't remember anybody else, but they remembered us. So the points that I want to make is, why be normal? Be yourself, because you are going to stand out. You know, in this world of duplicates, you know, the world remembers the standouts, right? Not the people that blend in. So that's my first point. Number two, I want you to dare to innovate. Just think about that. You know, to break through all the barriers and make changes of what's been going on in the world. You know, you have to innovate. So always think with your customer, what can I do with this customer that's a little bit different than everyone else is doing? And the reason I say that is I want you to kind of think back, because every major leap in history, from the light bulb with Edison to the internet, came to fruition as something that was innovative. It was something that was unknown. So I'm going to challenge you. Why not be the next unknown pioneer and really, really stand out. Okay, number 3. You got to take a deep dive, because sometimes doing something that's different is not going to be right in front of your face. It's not going to be apparent. You have to do this deep dive. And it might even be a little bit uncomfortable, right? Because you're going into areas that maybe is so different than what you do every single day that it's uncomfortable. But I'm going to tell you that the next level of success is always, always outside your comfort zone. And the other thing too is just think about, I had said something about why be normal. And the reason I said that, actually, let me tell you a story about that first. I used to have this poster. It was of kind of like not a very pretty looking dog. It was kind of an ugly looking dog. And he was in a bee costume. And the headline said, "Why be?" So it was BEE, normal. And I saw that every single day before, because it was in my closet actually, before I would get ready to go to work. And it kind of just put a little bee in my bonnet. I know that's kind of a play in words, but it did. About, okay, what can I do today to be myself? What can I do today to be different? Right? And that is one of the things that you want to do. But also, you also want to be doing things that are a little bit off the beaten path, right? Because the greatest treasures can often be right off the path. Because if you go and you do the same thing as everyone else, you're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be repeating, and you'll be seen as everyone else. So it's time for you to seek the unseen. So those 3 things I just want you to think about, because you really need to solely be you, become you. If you have been taught to wear certain things, do certain things, act a certain way, just take a step back and become you. So for all of you that are listening out there, I would just want to think about, if you were able to share your gifts with the world in the way that you want to share it, what a difference would that make? People would sit up and they would listen. And it's like casting that stone in the lake, in the water, and watching it ripple. And how good would you feel when you do something that is so authentic to you and you see that ripple? So like I said, being normal is no longer good enough. Go out there and really be extraordinary. So I want to thank you for joining me today. It's always my pleasure just to be in your presence. And so that you don't miss any of my podcasts, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And if you like what you're hearing, also give us a 5-star review. So thanks again for joining us here at The Professional Rule Breaker. And if you want more information, go to theprofessionalrulebreaker.com, and we have all sorts of resources there. So again, thanks for joining us.